Hey guys, it's YayKay. How's it going? I'm actually on today because I wanted to tell you of this story about I've shared like serendipities that I've had with you before. Just like the weird, quirky things that the cosmos gives you, the universe or whoever. And this is probably the most like, goes to one thing and then another thing and then another thing. And it was like, oh my gosh, how could it possibly? And then there was more. This story is going to be a little longer, but it's going to be so worth it. You're going to love this. So, I went to Orlando for a weekend at the beginning of April. And my treat to myself was my inner child really needed to go to Disney. So, I took myself to Disney World and I went to Magic Kingdom. Now, anyone who knows me, I'm a big Disney nerd. And my sister and I, it's our big bond. That's what we do. That's what we would have done as kids with our dad and our mom. We used to go to Orlando for vacations because we went and saw my grandparents first, then we'd go to Orlando and do Disney, and so it was a magical thing for us. It's a big deal to go to Disney. So I was having withdrawal, so I took myself to go. So there was like a CD I used to have in my car. It was in my old car that got stolen. It was like 100 Years of Magic at Disney World, and it was not a collector's item, but it was for an anniversary of 100 years of Disney or whatnot. And it had the song on it later on the CD. It's called Bright Little Star by Sonny Eclipse, Sonny. And I always kind of skipped it because I was like, I don't know what that's from. Like, because most of the songs on the CD were like from attractions or, things that you would hear on like Main Street or things like that. So I knew where everything pretty much was from. This I had no clue. I'd never heard it before. And I was like, well, all right. So either A, I never listened to it, or B, you zone it out, or B, I would like hit skip, right? Because I was like, whatever. It doesn't have any emotional attachment for me. So then I go to Disney. And my sister couldn't go this time, so I went by myself. I was in Orlando with friends, but I went to Disney by myself. And I went to have lunch. Did like an online order thing and sent it over to like a place for pickup or whatever. And I was sitting in there and there's this animated, sorry, my nose is itching so bad. There's this animated character in there that sits and plays like an organ, and it's like a cosmic theme because it's in Tomorrowland, so it's like space and the future and things like that. So he's like an alien who sits there and he sings to you the whole day. He'll sit there and sing to you while you're eating your food. I'd never really been in there that many times before, and if I had, I was really young, so I didn't really remember. And I was feeling a little bit of guilt for going to Disney without my sister. And literally, I was sitting there at lunch at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was kind of having some of the feels about it. And bloop, on my cell phone comes a voice text from my sister. And she's telling me how proud she is of me and how I didn't let anyone tell me like, why would you go to Disney by yourself? Who does that? And just how proud and happy she was for me that I went and that I could go, and how proud and excited she was for me. And I listened to that and I got so teary. And then I then a voice texted her about how I felt bad, and I hope she wasn't mad, and, 'cause it's kind of a big deal, because it's our big thing together. Anyway. So, I said, oh, I'm so glad I got your voice text, because I was feeling some way about it. And just the relief and joy that I had, to hear her tell me that, especially when I was, like, literally sitting there and thinking about it. So, anyway. So it was nice to have the peace that I could enjoy Disney and just because I already had been and I was living my best life. And so I'm sitting there finishing my lunch, and this song comes on that was on my CD, and I went, oh, that's where it's from. Well, that's kind of neat. And so I didn't listen to it. I was just like, oh, that's kind of neat. Now I know where I've heard it from. Well, that's kind of cool. So now I have some context, right? So I'm like, well, that's spiffy. So then I think it's like 2 nights later. I'm sitting in my hotel room. It's like the night before my flight or whatever. And I was getting ready for bed, and I was like, you know what? It popped back in my head. Just the title, Bright Little Star. And I was like, huh. And I was like, well, normally when things pop in my head, they're for a reason. So I follow the breadcrumbs, as I like to teach everyone to do. And I'll look it up on the internet. YouTube has it. And I listen to it. It's like a 2-minute song. And I listen to it, and I start to bawl like a baby. Because, again, like, my dad has passed. He's been gone for like 6 years, and he's always been the one to help bring the Disney magic to my sister and I. And this Bright Little Star song, go ahead and go listen to it. Again, by Sonny Eclipse, Bright Little Star. It's about a dad singing to his daughter. Oh my God, I'm trying not to get misty. But it's about how they're both looking at the stars, and it's the stars in each other's eyes, and how there'll be a place just for them someday. And it's just, oh my God, my heartstrings. I just started to bawl. And it was just great. And so it was like my dad saying hi to me again. You know, he said hi to me at Disney, and I just had no clue because the song played. And I was like, oh my God. So to find out that, like, my dad was kind of, like, trying to communicate to me, I took that as a sign, and I was like, oh my God. So anyway, so this is the cherry on top. So I tell my sister this story when I get back to the cities, and I was like, oh yeah, and then I cried, and, you know, just before I went to bed, and I was bawling my eyes out, and she's like, YayKay, you realize the name of the restaurant you ate at? And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, it's Cosmic Rays. And I was like, oh my God, it's my dad's name. I just never even, like, it didn't even once occur to me that my dad's name was in this restaurant. Like, it just, like, just, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God, I just about died. Oh, that's the fun part about, like, oh my God, following the breadcrumbs and, like, the fun moments and the magical moments. It ties all in together. This is why I do this, because I want you guys to hear these amazing stories if you keep your eyes open and discover the magic around you. Life is so much more enriching. It's so good. You just have to start to look. And it's a practice. It is a practice. It is not a natural occurrence to us. Especially right now, there's a whole lot of distractions. Take a minute today, tomorrow, just to find the little tiny things that are great. And I promise you, those little things will show you the bigger stuff. You just, boop, breadcrumb, boop, breadcrumb. And you're just going to find the wonder in your life, and it's going to enrich it. And you're going to share that with others, and it's going to be infectious in a good way. So try it out. I promise you, you're going to be really impressed. So that's like this touching story that I've been holding back because I just haven't been ready to talk about it. But I hope you have a magical moment day and follow those breadcrumbs. Maybe you'll meet a seagull.